In 2025, the Social Security Administration quietly stopped in-person service at dozens of field offices across 18 states and set a target to slash visits to the ones still open by 50%. If you collect a check, if your parents collect a check, if you've spent 40 years paying into this system, the office you were counting on walking into may not be there when you need it. But here's what almost nobody is reporting. The agency replacing those workers isn't a smaller agency. It isn't even a private contractor. It's an Amazon server farm, and the people who built the plan don't work for Social Security at all. By the end of this, you'll know exactly who's gutting the agency that mails 72 million checks a month, and why the people running it are telling you it isn't happening, even as it happens. To understand how a 90-year-old agency lost half its public-facing footprint in 9 months, you have to go back to January 2025. In January 2025, the Social Security Administration had roughly 1,230 field offices and about 57,000 employees. That workforce was already at a 50-year low. The agency was processing more than 6 million in-person field office visits a year. Every retiree applying for benefits, every disabled worker filing a claim, every family replacing a stolen Social Security card. That was the system. Then, on January 20th, the new administration created the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, and handed it a mandate to cut federal headcount. By February, DOGE had posted a public list naming nearly 50 SSA field offices it intended to shut. By March, the agency announced it would cut 12% of its workforce, roughly 7,000 jobs, and that Acting Commissioner Lee Dudek would begin restricting phone-based identity verification, forcing more claimants to show up in person at the very offices being eliminated. By April, an internal reorganization document, leaked to government executive, listed field office consolidation as a 2026 goal, even while SSA's official X account insisted nothing was being permanently closed. Here's the gap. In fiscal year 2025, SSA handled 31.6 million in-person visits. The internal plan for fiscal year 2026 caps that number at 15 million. That's not a budget cut. That's cutting the front door of American retirement in half. Think of Social Security the way you'd think of a hospital emergency room. You don't go there often, but when you do, you need a human being, a nurse, a doctor, someone who can look at your specific situation and make a judgment call. What's happening now is the equivalent of replacing the ER triage desk with a touchscreen kiosk and a voicemail box, and telling the person bleeding on the floor to please hold for the next available agent. The mechanism unfolds in 4 steps. Step 1. SSA does not announce a permanent closure. Instead, an office is reclassified as phone only until further notice, a status that, on the SSA.gov emergency page, currently applies to offices in states ranging from Arkansas to West Virginia. Some have been phone only for over a year. Step 2. The staff from those offices are reassigned to other locations, but the agency simultaneously offered buyouts and early retirement to thousands of frontline workers, meaning the people with the most experience walked out the door. Step 3. New phone systems are migrated to Amazon Web Services. Routine claims are funneled into what the internal plan calls a digital service index, an AI-assisted triage layer that decides whether your problem is allowed to reach a human at all. Step 4. When the office never reopens, the closure stops being temporary by definition. It's just the new normal. No press release, no congressional vote, just an out-of-service sign that quietly stays up. But here's the part that almost nobody connects to this. The same plan that cuts the staff also expands the agency's contracts with 2 specific tech vendors, and one of them was a major political donor in 2024. Not big tech. Specifically, Amazon Web Services, which is absorbing SSA's national 1-800 phone infrastructure, and Palantir, which is being woven into federal data systems across multiple agencies under DOGE oversight. Add to that the consulting firms, Accenture and Deloitte, that historically capture between 40 and 60% of every federal modernization budget. When the SSA's IT spending shifts from in-house workers to outside contracts, those four names are where most of the money lands. Here's how that math hits a kitchen table. Take a 72-year-old widow in Mansfield, Ohio, one of the cities on the leaked closure list. Her husband's survivor benefit needs to be activated. Under the old system, she drives 15 minutes to the field office on North Diamond Street, hands the clerk her marriage certificate and his death certificate, and the claim is filed that afternoon. Under the new system, that office is phone only. She calls the new AWS-routed line, navigates a menu, gets put on hold for an average of 90 minutes. That's the SSA's own reported wait time as of late 2025, and then is told to upload documents to an online portal she has never used. Her benefit, which should have started in week 1, takes 6 to 10 weeks to begin. That's $1,800 to $3,000 in delayed income for a woman whose entire monthly cash flow is Social Security. Multiply that by 72.5 million beneficiaries. Now factor in the Social Security Trust Fund itself, which the latest Trustees Report says will be unable to pay full scheduled benefits starting in 2033. An agency with fewer staff, fewer offices, and a growing claimant base, 11,000 Americans turn 65 every single day, does not catch fraud faster. It misses it. The Office of the Inspector General has already documented that improper payments rise when caseworker-to-claim ratios climb. Cut the workforce 12%, cut field visits 50%, and the math says backlogs grow, errors grow, and the trust fund hemorrhages money in the exact decade it can least afford to. The end state, stated as a calm fact, is this. Americans will keep paying into the system at the full payroll tax rate, and the system will keep delivering less of what it owes them, slower, and through a phone tree. The Social Security Administration is being restructured into a smaller, more automated, and more litigation-prone version of itself, and the official line that no offices have been permanently closed is technically true and functionally meaningless. An office that has been temporarily phone-only since 2024 is a closed office. The label is paperwork. 3 things to watch over the next 6 to 12 months. First, the SSA's published wait time for the national 1-800 number. If it crosses 2 hours on average, the AWS migration is failing, and the burden snaps back to the field offices that no longer have staff. Second, the next quarterly report from the SSA Inspector General on improper payments. If that number rises above 1% of benefits paid, historically it sits near 0.6%. The staff cuts are already costing more than they save. Third, watch for any SSA announcement that uses the phrase service modernization or digital service index. That's the language the internal reorganization plan uses for permanent consolidation. When it shows up in a public document, the temporary closures become permanent on paper. If 2 of those 3 move in the wrong direction, the agency you grew up with is gone. If you, your parents, or your grandparents are relying on a Social Security check right now, what's your local field office's status? Open, phone only, or shut? Drop the city in the comments. I read everyone.